our second match of the evening, an always aggressive Team Curran product, Joey Diehl, faces Pan Am champion Marcelo Cohen, representing the Armory.
Our next match of the evening features from Team Curran, Joey the Real Diehl. And please welcome his opponent from the Armory, Marcelo Cohen. Up next, it is Joey Diehl from Team Curran against Marcelo Cohen. You know, we're going to talk about the altitude a little bit tonight. We are very high here in Mexico City, but every match is like the first round. Our first match we saw from Gio Martinez. Altitude's not going to play a factor. I think we're going to see a bit of a pace slow down a little bit as the night goes on.
Yeah, definitely. It's hard to to contend with that. He got the party started in a really great way. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see if the altitude plays a factor. Joey, the Real Diehl, is a wrestler since 5 years old. So I'm guessing he may have a lot of experience with cardio, conditioning. So hopefully that won't be a factor for him. We'll see.
We see Cohen jumping guard here. We'll see what the Team Curran product in Diehl wants to do. I ran into Joey's coach a little bit earlier tonight, Jeff Curran, who just called it quits in MMA last week, and you know, he's I think very motivated to set up the next step of his career being a coach, and that's what he's doing here tonight.
It looks like he might be hunting for Kimura here.
Cohen trying to isolate that left arm, but
no.
Hard to see from this angle if we can see if he has any sort of grip on it. But we were talking earlier, Eric, about guard players in EBI. Not a lot of people really set up shop from guard. They like to get into that 50-50 position and hunt for legs. But you know, early we see this guard attack from Cohen with Diehl on top, and that might be a smart move to try to slow down that pace, because altitude, again, it's going to play a factor. And if you win this match, you have another one very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, you need to prepare for 4 dedicated killers. So you're going to have to bring your A game in every single sense of the word, which means conditioning and timing and strategy. So playing guard can take away some of the leg lock games if you're, you know, it's a defensive position, but if you know what you're doing there, you can set up shop and, yeah, take some really good attacks and stay safe while you're doing it.
When it comes to the steam here, the energy level, Nick, who's in the better position, the man on top in the closed guard or the guy on bottom?
You know, typically you'll think that the guy on bottom, but it can be a very tiring position, especially as he's just trying to contort himself like that.
And you mentioned that Diehl is a wrestler. He knows how to make his opponents wear his weight.
Exactly. Yeah, staying on top is nothing new for him. So I'm sure he's more than comfortable bearing his weight down and making him feel some of that pressure, and then possibly try to capitalize once his opponent has been worn down a little bit.
You see Diehl stacking here. Cohen has flowered in for that leg a few times. He's doing it again. That's something you can't do in mixed martial arts by any means. At least you got to be very careful. But that's a nice little strategy here. And now Diehl's picking him up a little bit. You cannot slam. You cannot slam out of it here at EBI. So he got the posture at least broken from Cohen for a brief moment. The guard was open, but now it's closed again.
Yeah, see, maybe a little bit of frustration on Joey and trying to get the guard open and get it right away. I'm still working on it. So he's just being patient right now, just waiting. He doesn't want to leave any mistakes, which is what's happening now. He's losing his balance a little bit.
Yeah.
Cohen pivoting off to the side, trying to work this arm bar on the right arm of Diehl. Diehl attempting to sort of swim back in, get that center line back in his advantage.
There
but Cohen still...
He's got a good angle on the bottom there. He's trying to get that right thigh across Joey's stomach, and then hopefully try to set up some kind of sweeping motion. He needs to get his left leg all the way around to his face. That's the difficult part of that flower sweep.
Again, we see Cohen flirting with maybe a Kimura attempt. He has the grip. Diehl grabbing his hand on the bottom side, which is smart. Not going to let his arm be extended the way that Cohen wants him to.
Yeah, isolation's a bad thing there.
So we talk about our environment tonight. The altitude could come into play a little bit later. It is cold. We're in the middle of a velodrome here, and you know, as night falls on Mexico City, I think when these guys get warm and they cool down in the back, they got to really make sure that they stay moving, because the winners, the finalists, are going to grapple 4 times, separated out quite a bit. They don't want to cool down too much.
Very good point. Yeah, that is a true. They need to stay warm in the back, keep their hoodie on, and just keep the adrenaline pumping in between matches.
Joey Diehl, largely defensive here, despite being in top position. Can't get out of the guard and needs to get out of this Kimura by Cohen. Nice. I like when guard players are this offensive, Nick, and they really get a game going like Cohen's doing here early in regulation.
Yeah, the only concern for this is that he's just sticking to this strategy despite the fact that he's going to be getting tired.
That is true. I mean, when you're going for things like this, you are using strength. You're trying to... now we see Diehl. Oh!
Triangle.
Wow. Diehl now going for the Kimura as well. Nicely done by Cohen.
Great position for Cohen.
He reverses. See if he can stick with it. It looks like Diehl's using his leg to block the Kimura extension.
It's just using the triangle as a positional dominance and still going for that Kimura. But if he decides to come back for that triangle, that's still there for him.
Joey Diehl in a world of trouble here, and I think he was baited into it. That frustration. Now the arm is free.
Yep.
See if Cohen can get up.
He's got to separate. The only problem right here is that he has to force that arm through the mat. So it's kind of a bad angle to have the guy flattened out like that. You generally want to have them on their side so you can do about a north-south Kimura. It's a lot more effective. You have a lot more range for finish. At this point,
do you switch it to a straight arm?
It might end up turning exactly into an inverted arm bar there.
Yeah. Cohen's taking some breaths too.
I think that the sweep came and the attack with the submission attempt with the triangle came because Diehl was frustrated. I think he did kind of a desperate move to open up that guard, and that's what opened all of this up. And as you mentioned, Cohen very close to getting the finish here. Steps over.
That's
it is done! Marcelo Cohen with a beautiful Kimura. Wow! Marcelo Cohen getting it done. Nice work by this young man here tonight. Let's make it official. And your winner by Kimura at 5 minutes 50 seconds of regulation, Marcelo Cohen. There you have it, Marcelo Cohen getting it done, still in the entire prize pool as he gets his submission there. You must submit to win all that money, and walk us through this beautiful submission here.
Once he got the step over the head, that was all he needed to get that extra torque and find that extra range that he needed to finish. Beautiful job by Cohen.
Not the night that Joey Diehl wanted, but nicely done by Marcelo Cohen. Unfortunately for him, he draws the champion Gio Martinez next round, but if he can fight like that, he's a threat in this tournament at EBI 10. Tonight, the bantamweights take center stage. Who will it be? We are finding out as we roll on from Mexico City, live on UFC Fight Pass.